next, I think that we can even add some new things. Let's try some other things, like you can add some lists. If you have a bunch of blogs you want to add, you can actually add a list of that on your home page or whatever page that you want it on. So let's go ahead and add a list, and I can show you exactly what you can do with that list. Go ahead and move it over, make sure that it's not overlapping everything, and stretch it out throughout the website like this and like this. And now I'm going to add and manage items. So here now you can start adding specific items that you want. For example, if you have different types of items in terms of, maybe you have different houses, you can start adding all those images into that particular gallery or list for this part. So you have a title, you can add a date, you can add a description, you can have a call to action, click here, buy now, things like that. And you can do that for every single one of them. I'm not going to go too much into detail with that. I think that it's pretty straightforward. And it's just made for mainly lists. If you want to add actual products, then Wix actually has a store that you can add to your site, and then actually be able to see and manage all the type of items that you have for your store. I would recommend to go look into that. I'm not going to go over that too much. Also, you can add anchors. I'm not going to go over that as well because it takes some time to be able to do that. But let's say you want to, you can add documents, you can add different types of downloadable tools, and this is super convenient, especially if you have a lot of those things for your actual business. For example, it's great to use like a PDF on a private page if you have to send it over to someone and you want them to see it, but it's the same for every person that you send it to. All they need is a password. Then you can privatize it in one page and be able to send that document over. I'm not sure if you fully understand what I'm talking about, but if you're more inclined to use those documents, then they'll definitely be useful for you. And also make sure that you're looking through all the other things that it has to offer, especially Google AdSense. If you're looking to make money with ads, you can add Google AdSense to your website. You can add some web stats, which is statistics for your web. You can add an events calendar, so you can be able to place all your events on there. All these types of things. And also the blog, as we talked about before, you can actually add a list from your blog that you've already written. So let me go ahead and try to add it right now and show you an example. I have to add a blog from before, so I'm going to do that right now. It should be working now. Let's give it a second. So I'm not sure why it's not working for me. It might be just my internet not loading it up. But another thing you can do, so I have a bunch of things I can give to you. I'm just going to go through a variety of them so you can understand that there's so much you can find here that you shouldn't exclude anything. So for example, the webmaster login. That's pretty important if you actually want to go ahead and log in and edit your website a lot faster. So what does that mean? So usually when you go ahead and log in to your Wix website, you would have to go through wix.com, sign in, and then go ahead and edit the website. But what you can do is, if you had a webmaster login, you could actually go ahead and click that. You would be able to click that. Right now it's not published, so I can't do that, but you would be able to click on that link, and then it would open up a sign-in page, and then you can sign in directly from your website into the editor, which is super convenient if you want to be able to do that. And I would recommend maybe putting this at the bottom, so maybe a lot of users don't see it, and that no one else is going to be using it except you. So odds are it's better to have it smaller somewhere lower on the website where not everyone's going to see it, and have it in their eyesight or their vision. I think that's pretty much it in terms of some of the features that you can use. There's so much that you can do that it's hard to explain all in one video, but I think that once you go into Wix and you start playing around with all these features, you're going to see that it's super straightforward in terms of the way that it functions. And once you start looking through different apps, different additional features, you're going to get the hang of it. But what I recommend is that if you have things that are very similar, very often used, then don't waste your time recreating it every single time. For example, if you see this slide strip and you like the way that it looks, don't waste your time creating it multiple times. What you can do is just copy it or even duplicate it, and then be able to put it on any other page that you have. So let's say I want to put that here, so I'd go into the editor and I would want the strip here, so I'm going to go ahead and paste it now. I'm not sure why it's doing that. That is really weird. It's showing an optimum Wi-Fi. Alright, so I'm not sure if that's related to my internet, but I'm going to press done. Settings. Let's see if that's going to have an issue when it's so weird how it's doing that. I guess it's because of my internet and I have to sign in through a Wi-Fi. But what I'm going to do is, since it's doing that, I'm going to just delete everything and add new images, or re-add the same ones. Odds are that's not going to happen to you when you do that. But if it does, you could always go ahead and fix that issue. I think it's actually telling me to, let me see, let me delete this quickly and see if I can do it again. Paste. Okay, so I'm not really sure why this is happening, but most times you'll be able to easily copy and paste or duplicate and be able to have it on different websites. I mean, different pages of your website. So you don't have to keep redoing, especially if you have a certain page or a product that you can use over and over again. I guess let me go ahead and leave that there for now. I guess my internet's not functioning correctly right now, so I'm just going to leave that hanging, but odds are that's not going to happen to you. It's mainly because of my internet. And you can just copy paste, and then voila, you'll have multiple slides or multiple galleries that are identical, consistent, and you can easily add your new pictures into it. I like to use that especially if I have products, for example, and if I have a products page and every products page has the same amount of details, for example, 3 pictures, a title, and a description, then I'll just be able to copy and paste or copy and duplicate that into that one page, or I would go ahead and duplicate each page that I already have. So if I want this a products page, for example, let me give you an example. So let's say I want product 1 to look a certain way, right? Let's say product 1. And I'm going to add the same type of thing. I'm going to have a gallery. I guess this is going to keep popping up. That's totally fine. I can still show you the example of what I'm trying to do. Then I want maybe a buy now button. Right, so now let's say I have multiple products. I have product 1, I have product 2, I have product 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 100, right? So odds are you don't want to continuously keep adding and creating new pages all the time. So what you can do is, all you have to do is you go into the manage menu and duplicate that page. And then what you can do is you can go ahead and write product 2, and let's say we can make it even a sub page, so it doesn't have to be in the actual header. And then you can see that product 2 and product 1 are the same theme. So if I were to change the picture of product 2 and that, I wouldn't even need to change the button, but I would just all I would need to do is change the picture. And that's how easy it can be when it comes to creating the website. And you want to think about this for everything that you do within your website. Anytime you do it, don't think about having to recreate it all the time. Rather, think about what's the most efficient way you can copy and duplicate what you already have and be able to build it out throughout your entire website. The more often that you do that, the more likely you can get this website done faster, and it saves time and your website looks better. So you want to make sure that you're doing that. So that's pretty much it for this video, and I'm going to talk to you guys in the next video.